Hey everybody, hope you're having a day. Next match from revealed, and it's Genealogy of the Holy War. Actually, very interesting they went for that. Let's go pretty school from there. So first of all, we have a new attuned unit join the battle. And loving is the Jesus.
One wonders if, as a princess, I too will be called Lionheart. We go together.
I just realized how long has it been since we've had a genealogy ults that are not like sacred and stuff. We also know what Jesus' style is there. So Lionheart Axe. It enables Kanto distance +1, max 4. Kanto obviously just means attack assist skill charge will begin. In this case, it's distance, so from number of space, this is from start position, end position, basically. Typically once per turn, unless things enable it, you can't warp, unless it says like return whatnot. And skills that will give you an extra action like Gale Force will trigger first, unless it says after. Are not assessed per trigger commence 1. Then for her and allies from free rules 3 comes out of her. Grants attack speed defense rest plus X. For her, it's 15. For allies, it's 5. And then grants bonus to attack speed defense rest equal to half bonus on each stats between target and foe who's within 2 spaces of target. Those stats calculate independently. And then calculate damage to lower the foe's defense or res, excluding her specials. And 7 HP restored to her or the ally when they do damage to the foe during combat. And then she deals +5 damage, excluding her specials. Reduces damage to foe's attack by 15, excluding her specials. And foe's special by additional 15, excluding her specials. And the style being red style, which means that when she enters combat by turning this, she's counted as a red unit. Basically. And its own. So then, Arch Rival, 4 charge by weapon. When special triggers, puts nice by accent of her attack or foe's attack. If the weapon triangle, she has a weapon triangle advantage, access 80, otherwise access 70. Hence why she's shown out to fight Edelgard, showing her in the red style, so she would be getting the 80% here. Reduce damage of foe's first attack by 40%, first attack being first strike, yada yada yada. And inflicts Concurrent Menace on foe per attack during combat. Has 5 supplies in the stack. And then she has a weapon triangle advantage, grants Concurrent Menace 2 to her and inflicts +2 on foe before her first attack during combat. Has 5 supplies, does not stack. Oh, and this cannot exceed foe's color. Oh no, she does not have 5 supplies in the stack, never mind. Oh no, this is there. Never mind. Then we have attack speed rival break. If she or foe needs to count after moving to a different space, grants attack speed +10 and additional attack speed +X to her. The axis has bonus between each stab between target and foes and species of target. The stats correct independently. And she deals +10 damage during combat, excluding her specials. And so if she is combat, reduce damage from foes attack by Y times 4 during combat. Reduce damage by Y times 4 when foes attack during foes special during combat, excluding her specials. And the Y is number of speed surfaces M station whoever enters combat. Actually. So essentially it's another version of Clash from what I'm looking at. And then the Idle World. After start turn and after shots, if that counter trigger she did after that. Speed defense rate is -7, exposure and discord is inflicted on the close foe, and foes in 2 spaces up those foe turns action. Attack speed defense rate is -5 and foe, deals damage equal to 20% of her speed, excluding her specials. Reduce damage to foe's attack by 20% of her speed, also excluding her specials. Neutral effects against these foes' attack and prevents hers. And grants Concurrent Menace Axe to her before her first attack during combat. The Axe's number of speed surfaces M station on him enters combat, max 2. So in a way, it can set up a guaranteed arch rival in this case. And then attack speed Bellow. That's our turn. If she's been 2 space ally. Attack speed +6 and grants Concurrent +1 per attack during combat. Has 5 spell attack. This is granted to her and allies within 2 spaces of her for the turn. Grants bonus to her attack and speed equal to 2 plus number of allies on the map with the attacks. The Concurrent +1 per attack during combat back. Has 5 supplies in a stack. Active, excluding herself, and this is the max 5. And then deals damage equal to number of switches to opposition M position of Venus combat times 2 during combat, max 8. Okay, so that's alright. And then her attune skill, Pulsant Echo. Reduce damage foe's first attack by 5 during combat, so just a flat 5. And so if she does not trigger the attack twice effect and the decreased speed difference in the follow attack by 10, will her trigger follow attack. Excluding guarantees of offense, triggers potent follow 100% during combat. Okay, good attune skill. Obviously, attune units are freestyle skill turns, including this little skill. Do it a second time, they're gone. Her attune skill has potent follow. Her army gets plus 7 HP after causing pain. Her style rune screen foes 2.
Expect no quarter.
Do you think so?
And then we're using the seasonal elegant here. And then next up, we have Priest of Edda.
Even if rushed, one should not act rashly.
But
I am your strength.
Colorless Tome Image Unit. Valkyrie. Calculate damage yourself against your weapon, excels to share current -1, cannot go below 1. Staff units have this restriction by default. Attack speed defense plus 15 to him. Deals 12 sides to dice, excluding for specials. Foe attack by 15, excluding for specials. Guarantees follow attack, and grants plus 1 to him per attack, has first attack. And grants -1 to him before his first attack during combat. And then for him, for allies from previous combat center of him, grants attack speed defense plus 5. Allies deal plus 7 damage, excluding specials. Foes attack by 7, excluding specials. And grants -1 to ally before their first attack. And then grants the if HP is above 1 and foes HP reduced 0, survives 1 HP. After combat, restores 9 HP to the unit. To allies who are in free space of him. This effect is once per map and does not stack with non-special skills that do the same. So translation, don't have him and Bali in the same team, essentially. It's the best way to describe it. Or even like Fallen Lene or Maria. Essentially just because they are once per map, essentially. It's basically a miracle. Ice Lock Plus. Treats the skill treated as a assist skill. Restores HP equal to 4% of his attack. The minimum is 6 HP. To target ally, and grants defense rest plus 6 to target ally for the turn. And if there's no Defiant Fiend Ice currently applied by him or allies, applies that Defiant Fiend to spaces 2 spaces away from target for the turn. Excluding spaces occupied by foes such as Triple Terrain, other Defiant Fiend Ice, and warp structures like Rebels and Mains. Defiant Fiends are effects that are just act as beneficial effects to you in a way. And in this case, Ice acts as a sort of wall, destructible terrain, basically. If a new terrain is applied after this effect, this gets overridden. If multiple terrain fiends are applied at the same time, they're just cancelled out. Where was I? Oh, and if using turn 2 onwards, grants an action to himself, and affects restriction room to 1 space to him and power codes for next action. If it says from 2 turn onwards, it can't be used for effort till turn 2, basically, so you have 2 turn cooldown. This skill has no effect on calling a charge and will not gain experience or SP. Then Firefall Charm, this is a 4 charge thanks weapon. If Francisco is used, this will not go, calling him will not go down. When spell triggers, boost damage by 7% of the greater of his or foe's attacks. The calculated damage is added after the combat damage is added. Reduce damage foe's first attack by 40% during combat. And the side of the player enemy phase grants attack liberate and rest liberate to him and allies in 2 spaces of him for turn. The liberate skills are basically buffs to those stats equal to the number of bonus effects, excluding stat bonuses on your team. If memory serves right. Then we have attack rest havoc. At the start of the player enemy phase, inflicts attack rest -7, sabotage and schism on foes that have less resistance than him and runs from 2 spaces of foes from his action. Sabotage just decreases stats of the foe, but I believe it's on how many stat buffs they have. The stats on their allies and stuff. And Schism, I believe, neutralizes effects of like Pathfinder and stuff. Might be wrong on that. It's been a while. And also, after start turn skills trigger on the player phase, if the number of foes in the sabotage effect in the map is 2 or more, Canto 1 is granted to him for the turn, so flappable movement after stuff. The attack rest -4 on the foe, deals damage equal to 20% of its resistance during comp. Exclamation specials. Then Silent War 4, for allies within 2 spaces of him, attack rest +4 and neutral effects that prevents their counterattack during combat. Also, if allies attack and trigger ally special, grants counter -1 to the ally before their first attack. And then, if finished combat or within 2 spaces of an ally, attack rest +4 during combat. Neutral effects that prevents his counterattack during combat. And also, if his second trigger special, counter -1 to him before his first attack. So, nice little thing. Pretty good support unit, actually. And he's like general powerful too. Surprised how solid support. Brings the judgment of God on foes and his miracles give allies. Allies can more easily access special.
It lurks.
So you guys just showing it off here.
Fate's door is open. Here you are. Let your cares fade.
So it's just going to show us
May you
off.
be healed.
You are most welcome.
Okay, next off we have Red Tap. Shall I say Crimson Cavalry?
I am Nisha, a knight of Chalfi. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Nisha Blue Lance Cavalry unit. And it's the 4-star. So let's see what Nisha does. So Shadow Lance Plus. After start turn after he acts, auto country trigger after dawn. Speed rest -7. Speed shackle and defense shackle is inflicted on closest foe and foes into those versions action. The shackles act as debuffs per penalty effects if memory serves me right. Then attack speed defense was 5-10, deals +9 damage, exclaimer specials. Foe attack reduced by 15, exclaimer specials. So kind of base there. Ignis is 4 charge, boost time speed 80% defense. Attack speed clash free. If everyone dishes combat after moving to a different space. Bonus to the second's defense during combat equal to X +5. The X's number services the enemies over 3 damage combat, max 3. And then the attack defense near chance free, counter remaining +1, so it times remaining spaces, +1 moving. And then attack defense max 3 in the foe during combat. So just 4-star. Sure. His weapon skill weakens groups of foes by including speeds and second defense skills. I messed up.
Till my last breath.
Oh, as you can tell, he's like not as impressive because he is literally on the. He was just fighting a generic. And next we have a dual unit. Honorable Nobles.
After this, we will raise our glasses and let us make short work of it.
Sigurd and Albion.
As comrades. I am with you.
Alright, Oath Turving. It was counter distance +1, max 4. Excel Speaker commands 1. At the start of turn, grants commands 1 to himself and allies within 2 spaces of him. Sorry, of them. Sorry, I should say them because it's a duo. At the start of player enemy phase, grants truly insight and units guarantee make a power attack during combat. To damage allies within 2 spaces of them for the turn. The true insight means they can move 3 spaces. No, it's not. I'm thinking of true charge. Insight is a stat increase equal to the number of surfaces to ammunition when you initiate combat. I may be wrong though. Attacks with difference plus 15 to them. They deal plus 25 damage, including artifact specials this time. Foes attack is by 15, excluding artifact specials. Reduce time foes specializes 15, excluding specials. And their HP is above 1, and foes attack reduces their HP is 0. So 5 of 1 HP. This is once per combat. And does not stack with non-special skills that do that. Restores 7 HP to another combat. Holy Knight's Glow, free charge max weapon. If their special is ready, and before this combat initiates, foes in the area near target take damage equal to 1.5 times their attack minus foes defense or res. I believe because their lance, their sword, it takes the defense in the account. At the start of turn, grants Gallop to themselves, and I believe Gallop is just a flat 2 movement, additional. Reduce damage foes attack by 40% during combat, excluding their specials. And if their special triggers before this combat or is ready at the start, decrease the speed difference necessary for them to make a fall attack by X. And increase the speed difference necessary for foe to make a fall attack by X. If the defense is greater than the foe's defense, the X is 10 plus the difference is defense stats times 3. Otherwise, the X is 10 in this case. And their first follow-up deals damage equal to 80% of the defense during combat. At the count of special triggers, grants they can move once or space to allies on the map, excluding themselves, that's their only. This next attack. Neutralizes stall and affects frozen on foes that are in space of their special that triggers for the next action. Frozen increases speed as they make a fall attack. I believe it's 10 or 25, it's one of the two. And stall effect would have been like if it was grant additional movement by 1, it's changed to restrict room to 1. Attack defense rival break. If the airport needs to go after room different space, attack defense plus 10. Actually, I think before I had this effect, so it's just the attack defense version of it. Okay, so we can just speed that part up. Impetus Guard. If the airport needs to go after room different space, speed defense res minus 4 on foe, deals damage during combat equal to number of space that RCC emissation in her initial combat, plus times 5, max 20. This includes airfire specials, but excludes the Rooker ones. Reduce damage foe stack by 10, excluding air specials. Inflicts critical minus 1 on foe per attack, it only has size to attack. If the initial combat and foe attack can trigger foe special, inflicts critical plus 1 on foe before the first attack. This never takes maximum critical time. If the initial combat after moving number space, triggers the following fact, like depending on their special. If they have an AoE special, grants critical minus X before special triggers before combat, excluding Rooker ones. If they have a special that triggers when they attack, excluding our specials, grants critical minus X to them before the first act during combat. If the number of space conversation is 3 or more, X is 2, otherwise X is 1. I actually believe we effectively had this with Winter Slayer. And then attack speed outcry C's. At the start of the player enemy phase, if they are in 2 speeds an ally, attack defense plus 6 and during cancel is granted them and allies in 2 to them for the turn. They really hit that the stealing buff meta, don't they? Bonus or attack defense equal to number of allies on the map with during cancel effect active. That is plus 2. Excluding themselves, max is 5. Deals damage equal to number of emissation on her initial combat times 2. During combat, max 8, excluding our specials. With the Sacred Sword that cannot be defeated, they cut through foes with a special and increase allies' mobility.
This ends here and now.
And this go, grants can come soon and gallop to them and allies and chooses them.
For honor, as ever. Of course. Forward!
Then you have our story chapter, Fleeing Princess. I didn't check see the free to play news the Crown Hero volume is going to be. Banner start tomorrow. That made sense. So, also, Nelsie is in fact a 4-star. So, I actually think this banner is pretty good. Like, legit. We have now a non-legendary unit that gives Miracle more often. That's actually very good support. Sigurd's fat. Sigurd looks good. The Claw actually does look impressive enough. And Lachesis, first ult in a while, so honestly, kind of glad for kind of a banner like this. Genealogy gets some gets a good bit of love. But I guess thinking the banner then, let me know if you should summon or not. As far as my opinion on should you summon or not, I'm going to leave this up to you. You could wait till like end of the month to see what the end of the month banner is, and then decide from there. Do your freeze and just leave it at that. Which might actually be a good idea for this point. Do your freeze, do your like fees first summon, do your free ticket summons, and then make your decision. But we'll see. So really up to you, sorry. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time. Bye.